parents, realize and think about what your response is going to be first before you actually respond. Because what you're potentially doing to your child, to your children with your response, is telling them that they're wrong. Stop making your kids feel bad based on your perception. And this really comes really hard to me because I understand what it's like for kids to figure out who the hell they are, especially teenagers, especially now. Like, I thought I had it bad when I was a teenager, but with the impact and with the value that we put in people's opinions through social media, it's gotten 10 times worse. So parents, stop making your kids feel bad for them exploring who they are. Like, I have a friend of mine who realized or found or discovered that her son was looking at gay porn. Oh my God, not gay porn. Oh. So that being said, I think I know my first inclination would be to freak out if my daughter was doing that. But what the response, parents, realize and think about what your response is going to be first before you actually respond. Because what you're potentially doing to your child, to your children with your response, is telling them that they're wrong for what they feel. They're wrong for what they're doing. And that can have cataclysmic results in your kid's life, in your life, and in your relationship. Now, my friend's response, her response was she took her son's phone away, which I can understand why, but take it one step further. If you're going to take the phone away, and this is how I think about it, because I'm a firm believer in everyone exploring themselves spiritually, physically, their sexual orientation. I don't care, man. Whatever makes you happy, do that shit. So take your son's phone, fine. Take your son's phone, but give it back and then talk to him. Or maybe before you take the phone, because you've already put in their heads potentially that they're wrong for what they're feeling and what they're thinking, talk to him about it. Talk to her about it. Because you're just basing the whole scenario on what you believe is right. And yes, you're a parent and you need to guide your kids, but you know what? You don't guide your kids into what you believe. You guide your kids into finding out what's right and what's wrong for them. So taking the kid's phone away, taking your son's phone away, is only showing them that you don't approve of what they are doing at that point in their time, in their life. Talk to them about it. I've had friends who I knew were gay not come tell me because they're afraid of what I was going to say. I'm like, you know what? I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't care if you love someone who's green and has 8 arms. As long as you're happy, that's all fine with me. As long as they treat you right, you're not going to have to worry about anything that I'm going to do or say. But kids, this part's for you. Teenagers, you don't have to be a teenager. If your parents have done something like that to you, you can take weight in my words. You can lean on me when I say that you are not wrong for what you're thinking and what you're feeling. And the reason you're not wrong is because it's normal to think and feel things. It's a natural thing. As long as you're not hurting anyone else, you're not going into a school and shooting it up, you're not beating people up, you're not raping anyone, you're not hurting anyone in any way, shape, or form, physically, emotionally, or verbally, with what you feel about yourself, what you're trying to find out about yourself, you are not wrong. You are okay. You're fine. You're a beautiful human being. Back to the parents. I don't care if you hate me. I don't care what you say about me. I'm not trying to say that you're a bad parent either. You're a perfect parent. You're working with what you know to be true, know to be right, know to be wrong, with the experiences and the values, beliefs that you have grown up with and that you have taken on as your own. So you're not wrong either. All I'm saying is think about what your child is going to go through when you react that way. Like when I was really, really, really little, my sister had Barbie dolls. I used to play with the Barbie dolls. I used to take the clothes off the Barbie dolls. My mom freaked out. I didn't realize later why she freaked out. It's because she didn't want her son to be gay, which is funny because my mom is like one of the most non-homophobic people in the world now. But I think she's worried because I was her son. And I realized, like, oh, that's why you got me that big old bucket of soldiers and, the military people like that following weekend from Target. Okay. She's like, that's not it. I'm like, yeah, okay. So why'd you freak out and take the Barbie doll? But anyway. But she was going with what she was been taught, what she saw, what she believes is right and wrong, what her parents' value that they instilled in her. So parents, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but don't make your kids wrong. Don't make your kids wrong based on what you believe is to be right and wrong, because it's not your life. You guide them. That's all you can do. They're not hurting anybody. He was not hurting anybody looking at gay porn. Excuse me. He wasn't. He wasn't. Only thing he was doing was looking at something that in some way spiked his curiosity and potentially also aroused him. Oh, God forbid. God forbid. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm very passionate about that as a parent, because I think about things in my life where I was made to be wrong because of how I felt. How I had friends who were disowned from their families because of their orientation or what they felt or who they had kids with. You had a kid with that black guy, disown you. You dated a black guy, disown you. You only dated in your race. I mean, and it's not fair to your child. It's not fair to your child. Your kid or your kids are their own person. Yeah, you brought them into this life. You brought them into this life. You didn't bring them into your life. You brought them into this whole human family that is ours, so you can find out who they are to make life theirs. So parents, just don't make your kids wrong from a knee-jerk reaction. And if you have done that before, I want you to go back. I want you to really think about it. Think about it. What possibly have you made your children feel? And don't assume. If you really want to know, ask. Come from a place of love. Don't come from a place of you're still trying to make them feel wrong. Come from a place of love, and actually even say that to them. And ask them, how did I make you feel when I did this? How did I make you feel when I said this? If it made them not feel any more love for themselves, it made them feel bad about themselves, then you need to rectify it by letting them know that they're not wrong. It's all perfect. Emotions are normal. Curiosity is normal. But don't make your kids feel bad, because that trickles into other parts of their life where you have no idea how it could affect them in the future. Like when I was made wrong in my life, by my family, by my friends, later on in my life, I tried to kill myself. I was hanging, I was dangling around, and the only thing to save my life was my big toe. And because I was scared because I saw my eyes turn red and I had no air going to my brain. That's because I was made to feel wrong. And no parent wants to have to bury their kids. So don't bury your kids' confidence. Don't bury their emotions over something that you feel is right or wrong.